People who wake up with a single alarm in the morning, how do you do it? It's on the other side of the room. Have to get up out of the warm comfy spot to get it? I just get up. I have to. I wake up exactly 1 hour before my sitting in the van departing the hotel time. When the alarm goes off, I just sit up, rub my eyes, think about how much I hate my fucking life, and go shower. The threat of unemployment ruining everything I've worked so hard for and setting into motion the hardest, most miserable years of my life. It's called a cat, and if you hit the snooze button, it will hit you right back. I'm a heavy sleeper and a big-time sleepyhead in the morning. Most common alarm tricks don't work for me. Putting it on the other side of the room makes me want to run quick back into bed. I use the Alarmy app and I set it to not turn off the alarm until I scan my breakfast cereal barcode with my phone. Then I'm already awake, far from my bed, and am already in the process of making breakfast. I somehow always manage to wake up a few minutes before my alarm goes off. I suppose I have an advanced internal clock. I just get up. I could never understand why people would put themselves through the annoyance of being repeatedly annoyed right as you start to drift off again. I go to bed 8 hours before it is supposed to go off. Anxiety mostly. It sounds crazy, I know, but get enough sleep. I go to sleep approximately 9 hours before my alarm is set to go off. Then by the time it goes off I've had more than enough sleep and don't feel tired enough to go back to sleep. That's assuming I haven't already woken up before the alarm, which happens sometimes. It took me a long time to realize that I need more sleep than most people. 7.5 or 8 hours is not enough for me. I don't feel rested. I need 8.5 to 9 to be able to wake up the first time the alarm goes off. My alarm clock is a toddler. There's no snooze button. Oh, how I wish there was a snooze button. I just really fucking hate the alarm, and I would rather get out of bed than go through the pain of waking up again. My fear of being late is greater than my will to sleep. I set it for 6 a.m. If I shut it off and stay in bed, my cat gets right in my face and meows until I get up to feed her. If I ignore her, she will bite my scalp. So I guess I have 2 alarms technically. I've ruined so many good songs over the years having them be my alarms, jolting me awake for weeks on end. It was usually a loud song and it played the whole thing, so I had no choice but to get up. I work second shift so I don't have to wake up to an alarm. It's one of the few perks. I enjoy having a job, more than sleep. I hear alarm then wake up. As soon as I open my eyes I'm wide awake. It'll take me at least an hour to fall back asleep anyway, so there's no point even trying. My body has pretty much adjusted to wake up 5 minutes before my alarm goes off. So I'm already up and grasping my last few moments of blissful sleep before my alarm goes off. No need for a snooze. It's called a cat. I actually wake up every morning at the same time, plus a few minutes, no matter what time I go to bed, without ever using an alarm clock. I suppose this is born from a consistent work schedule, same job for 14 years, but even when I'm on an extended vacation I do it. It's not the sun hitting my face because I wake up before sunrise in winter months. Years ago I would mentally prepare myself for waking up before falling asleep by reminding myself what time I had to wake up. Then I would just do it. Now I don't even think about it, it just happens. Ironically, I often wonder about people that stay in bed after they wake up, and people who lay there punching at the snooze button every 10 minutes with an annoyed look on their faces. My wife. What a dreary way to start your day. It shouldn't be a hassle to be awake and to be excited to get out of bed and start the experience that is to be your day. So perhaps my inner alarm is simply my positive outlook on what I expect from life and an eagerness to experience it. Can't do it laying in my bed while the day steadily passes me by. Another thing that helps me on the rare occasion I don't want to rise is an old Buddhist koan I read as a kid where the moral was basically a monk saying, "Shed your bed in the morning like it's dead skin." For some reason that has stuck with me for decades. Got to bed earlier. Get more sleep. Wake up, get up. Simple. I go to bed early enough that I'm about 50% likely to already be awake when it goes off. Wasn't always like this. Used to go to bed super late and struggled to pry myself out of bed every morning and got sick all the time. Now I'm rested all day and don't really get sick hardly ever. Having been in the military, it just sort of gets ingrained into you. If I was to sleep through something important, sleep would be the least of my worries. Also, usually everyone would agree on a time for alarms to be set, so kinda hard to sleep through everyone's alarm going off. I set a radio alarm clock to play radio static. Pure, unadulterated anxiety. Works every morning, even during holidays. Go to bed on time. Getting up isn't hard if you have energy. It's going to bed on time consistently that's hard. It's actually hard to go to bed on time when you're tired, as it takes energy, so always go to bed at the same time. Go early if you're extra tired. I've been responsible for getting both kids up and ready for school for over a decade. If I fail, everyone is late. This has unfortunately caused me to be a very light and restless sleeper. I still wake up early on the weekends and have trouble sleeping in when I don't have to get up early. I purposely keep only one alarm, and I have the snooze button turned off. When it goes off, I know that's the only alarm I have, so if I were to fall asleep again, I'd have nothing to wake me back up. I use that as motivation. Having a mini heart attack every time the alarm goes off does the trick. Anxiety about not being good enough. If I sleep in, I'll kill myself. I'm a ridiculously light sleeper. One time I woke myself up as a long nose hair went FRRTT as I breathed out my nose. FML. I have a very loud alarm and it scares the shit out of me every morning, that's how. I don't have a problem with waking up really. I did, around middle school, and in high school, but for the last few years I just set up an extremely obnoxious sound for the alarm, at max volume, and instead of ramping up the volume slowly, it starts at 100%. Wakes me up like someone just blew an air horn right next to me. It's not pleasant, but it sure as hell works. I usually wake up about 5 minutes before my alarm, simply because I don't like the sound of it. I haven't actually heard it in about 2 years. I wake up before my alarm. After 30 years of being a snooze abuser, I found a job that I love, and now that I look forward to going into work, I only need the one alarm. By being exhausted all the time and waking up 20 minutes early every day. Knowing that if I don't make it into work I may lose my job when the end of my probation rolls round and I'll go back to the most shameful and depressing time of my life, Unemployment. Well, what I do is play the loudest ear rape song that I can find, and make it my alarm. Pretty simple. Then drink 3 cups of coffee because that's impossible. I use 0 alarms. I wake up before my alarm, look at the clock, think oh shit and wish I was dead. If I hear more than 1 alarm something will be broken. And / or I will moan like a zombie. Or I will scream. I had a phone for a while that made me do a math problem before I could snooze the alarm. That helped a lot. Can't sleep if you're paranoid, therefore you'll never miss your alarm.